Doing. I want to get on a kind of an impromptu live again because if I start planning these things, whatever the dang algorithms, they're going to take me down, and that's okay. But what I wanted to talk about was what happened today. What happened in the last 24 hours? And some of you on here might be feeling a certain way today, and you might be confused. You might have tons of anxiety, or you might be even depressed, or even, even short breaths, a little dizzy, almost like you don't want to even get out of bed. You know that feeling? And anybody wants to chime in. If I go in a little flow here, I'll do my best to answer questions, or hopefully some of this stuff resonates with you. Again, I'm not someone to tell you what is, or what is truth, what is, this or that. It's for you to believe what you decide to believe. Because remember, each one of you who are on here, who are watching the replay, you all have perspectives, right? You all see things differently than each other, and that's what makes us unique, because each one of us has a consciousness that collectively creates the reality we live in, right? We somehow meet the right person at the right time, law of attraction. We somehow stay away from that vibe or that person that doesn't feel right for us, because their perspective, their reality, and their manifestation doesn't align in our frequency. Some of you may be going, what the heck is a frequency? Like, what the heck does that mean? I didn't know either. A year and a half ago, if I was doing one of these lives, which I never would have done, you wouldn't even be, I don't even know how to spell frequency. I don't even know what energy is, what vibration is, what your subconscious mind and all these things do. But, now I kind of say I didn't lose myself, I found myself. And a big thing that I wanted to share real quick before I want to talk about today was the last few weeks, I actually had a lot of kind of things come up with my family. Right, we all have close family, immediate family, distant family, relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, even mentors, coaches. They're all part of your family, right? And what was interesting is when I visited Ohio with my partner and my sister, we visited, and the last time my family saw me was about a year and a half ago. And again, some of you people who are just following my page, I appreciate every single one of you supporting me and kind of the message I'm trying to get out, because I had quite an awakening in December 2017. And ever since then, my mind, my body, my reality, everything's just been going the Drake song 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, real quick. And what was interesting, that my family in Ohio, they didn't see the 1 to 99. They saw 0, and then they saw 100 when I visited them. And so now they're kind of like, where's the other 99? What happened? We're worried about you. They were legitimately concerned and worried. And again, at the time I was like, why are you scared? Why are you worried? But then I remembered, wow, I didn't communicate. I didn't do a good job of communicating. I didn't do a good job of letting them in on my journey. I try to keep to myself and not let anybody in, kind of close off my bubble, because that's kind of the program I have. Growing up, especially the last 5 years, we're not, especially as men, we're not as emotional as we ought to be, right? We kind of keep things to ourselves, or, oh, shit, you're crying, hide your tear. Oh, you feel weak, now stand up straight. Oh, no, well, you're tired, now you're injured, throw some dirt on it, get back in the game, especially being an athlete growing up. But what was very interesting was how I was kind of told that by my family in Ohio, and it kind of made my stomach hurt, because I was really going through a change that I didn't let them in, and now they thought I went almost crazy. And again, I'm not blaming. I'm not saying was this and that for them to believe, but when I kind of sat with it, I had to realize, gosh, I really didn't let them in on anything I was doing, that I was changing my diet, that I was, getting rid of alcohol and partying. I was letting go of limiting beliefs. I was changing my morning routine. I would walk around barefoot outside, and they're like, what are you doing? And it's just, it's hard to say, I'm evolving, I'm changing, and they were kind of afraid that they were losing me. And I was like, no, you lost the old me, right? You found me now. I found myself, and now I'm bringing more back to the table with my heart full, which is again, something that most men don't really think about saying, and that's okay. That's all good. I used to never been a guy who thought, think here with your heart. Instead, get stuck up in the brain, especially the left side of the brain, or even down there where a lot of things in society is run with lower level root chakra thinking. And now as you ascend up and that energy goes up at the heart and then all the way up to the crown, and now you're just a source of love and information, that's where I found myself now. And it's the greatest transformation of my life. And so what I had to learn especially was communicating. And if you're going on a journey, or if you're changing, if you're changing new habits, new lifestyle, if you're trying a new opportunity, let some people in. just a few people, just, hey, I want to share with you what I'm doing. Tell me what you think. Just so they can hear you out. And maybe that can help connect their dots, because then they can start a journey themselves. Because again, each one of us, we're ascending, right? We're ascending, we're creating that reality of heaven on earth. But what's happening too is so is the earth itself. And again, don't believe everything I'm telling you right here. If you're watching a replay, I hope you think I'm a little crazy, but at least you got yourself thinking. Because I'm not crazy at all. I've just done a lot of digging. I've done a lot of research. I've read a lot of books. I've connected a lot of dots. I've done a lot of inner work, and a lot of it kind of came full force at me today. And so what happens is there's this thing called the Schumann Resonance. And anybody on here know what the Schumann Resonance is? Yes, no? The Schumann Resonance, it's the frequency, again, that the earth gives off. Again, a year and a half ago, I had no idea what you're talking about. I would think the Schumann Resonance is maybe like some kind of subway at the Subway store, some sandwich or some special deal at a mall. I have no idea what the heck that is. So I looked it up. I read a book. I listened to a podcast. I watched a YouTube, and it started making sense. Okay, well, the Earth emits a certain frequency, just like, say, we emit a 98.7 degree temperature, right? So that temperature inside of us is similar to the frequency or the temperature the Earth might be giving off, but in terms of hertz. And so it's called 432 hertz. Now, what's so interesting about this is because as the Earth keeps evolving, right, constantly upgrading, going through a detox, a cleaning, all these weather forecasts, all these changes in the world are going because the Earth is kind of shaking all the dust off and it's elevating. Right? And as a human species, as a collective, we got to keep elevating with it. If not, we're going to keep getting left behind and start realizing, oh shoot, why am I getting sick? Why do I keep having anxiety? Why do I feel lost? Why am I so confused? Why am I alone? Why am I scared? Why am I always mad? The low level frequencies. And I've posted about this on my page, but when you have to realize is as the Earth is upgrading and you're upgrading with it, if you haven't faced some things inside of you, that's going to be shown. That's going to be starting to be literally what is within is without. It's going to be pushed to the surface, and you're going to have to almost face it. And that's what I went through today. And I posted something on my story. You can check it out for this live. And basically, the Earth was giving off certain frequencies today that was literally saying, hey, Chris, it's time to upgrade. Or, hey, whoever you're watching, it's time to upgrade. But in order to upgrade, you've got to be able to face what you're dealing with and take what my partner would always tell me, full accountability. Because once you take that full accountability for your life and for your thoughts and for your actions, you can't really blame anymore. And when you blame, you go outside, right? We're so easy to point fingers. We're so easy to say, that was him. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, that was my boss. Oh, that was this person. Oh, that was that person. And then we're innocent. But that's just the easiest way of being a scapegoat. Instead of saying, that was all me. I don't know how it was, but I'll take full accountability because now I can change it, I can fix it, I can actually face it, and I can elevate and evolve from it. And so what the Earth was doing for me today when I woke up, again, I only slept about 5 hours. I usually sleep 7-8 hours on a good night, and I don't move a beat. Right? My head hits the pillow, I'm tapped in, I'm out. I woke up and I kind of sat there. I didn't do my morning routine. I didn't get up. I didn't have my tea. I didn't go do my grounding. I didn't do my meditation. I didn't do my affirmations. I didn't do any of it. I didn't want to. I sat there and I laid there and I literally felt depressed. Straight up felt depressed. And for me to admit that and for me to say that, especially for people that, maybe you're going through something or not, that's a big step for me. That's communicating that I am vulnerable. And I know so many people do that, but at the same time, so many people don't, because I'm taking full accountability that I woke up feeling a certain way, but I didn't blame it because it was gloomy outside, right? We got a little June gloom. I didn't blame it because, it was early in the morning. No, I slept in a little bit. I didn't blame it because I had a full day. I love my days. So what the heck was really going on? And I felt an immense pressure on me, literally an immense pressure, as if someone was just pushing me down to a point where I didn't want to do, and I didn't want to do a single thing. And I wondered what's going on? Am I off? Am I not helping people? Am I not making sales? Am I not helping, am I not doing this or that? I just felt out of whack. It was just weird. But what usually happens is then I'll either go distract myself, or I'll start scrolling, or I'll start going, try to go work out hard, or I'll go drink coffee that gets you going. You run, right? Instead of blaming, you run from it, instead of embracing and sitting with it. And what happens is you have to now take full accountability for what's going on inside of you, because again, like we talked about, the earth, it's elevating and it wants you to elevate with it. But Chris, before you keep up, you got to take that weight vest off. Weight vest? I ain't got no weight vest on. Well, the emotional weight vest, the energetic weight vests. The weight vest nobody can see in the 3D, but they can really see what we call it the 5D, or what the external or the internal reality is of your life. And that's what you got to start shedding, because I had no idea that was even possible. Again, I didn't know this was all existed. I had to be, understanding the trial and error of it. I had to really connect these dots and be open-minded. Because some of you maybe are being watched and have already kind of tuned out, and that's okay. But come back if you can, because it's not you that tuned out, it's the ego. Because the ego doesn't like to be uncomfortable. It doesn't like to be challenged. It doesn't like to be, faced in something where change is gonna happen. It likes to keep you where you're at on your little hamster wheel. But when you jump off that hamster wheel and you realize you're in the freaking jungle and you got the whole world to roam around, not a little wheel, it becomes very, very enticing. And so I had to sit with myself, and the biggest things that were coming up was being afraid to really change and be the person I want to be and was meant to be, because I was afraid of what my family would think, what close friends would think, what people on social media would think, I still had that last little bit of being worried about what others would think, because I was kind of shown that a little bit in Ohio when I visited, not because I've changed, but because I didn't communicate. I didn't let people in more. I didn't share more emotional things. I didn't share things that I went through internally. You guys see me post about the water, the food, the vibration stuff, the shake plates, the workouts, the electric lifestyle, all these things. And those are all so important. Water's number one, no doubt, because our emotions are water. But at the deepest layer, it's our feelings. It's what our body feels towards the emotion. It's when you leave an Instagram page, or when you leave a seminar, when you leave a podcast, you want to feel a certain way when you leave, right? And I was sharing things that was very, not first layer, but it was just very, okay, that's information, but probably in about a few hours you might have already forgot it. And that's okay. At least I planted a little seed, but now I'm going to be stepping in the role of connecting more dots. Okay, you saw that piece of information. How now, if you applied it, how could that make you feel? Maybe you're feeling anxious. How can doing that make you feel more content? Now I'm feeling more confused. How can I connect a dot for you there, bring awareness, connect your feelings? Now you're taking away something. You're taking away a feeling from a lot of my content. And hopefully you're following pages on Instagram that it's uplifting, or it's connecting a dot that's making you take action, or feeling inspired, or making you laugh. Those are all high frequency things that we can start doing today. And so that was a big lesson for me, and I had to sit with myself all morning, kind of just in my little, I guess, a pity party, but I was in the corner of my couch, and even my partner Jilly came over, and I just kind of gave her a little mean mug look, and she knows what's up, she knows what's going on, and she's been my rock, but she had to learn that I gotta kind of go through this on my own, because usually I would run from it, but no more. I'm facing it, and I kind of, my biggest thing for you is to, when you're feeling uneasy, when you're feeling anxiety, when you're feeling, confused or depressed or lost or pent up or just angry or fearful, really sit with it. See where it is in your body. Where do you feel it most? Is it your lower back? Is your neck start tightening up here, right? Are your hands clenching? Is your jaw clenching? Where is it? Then you can start bringing awareness to it. And then you can close your eyes, feel it, see where you're at, breathe it out, and face it. Sometimes you gotta cry. Sometimes you gotta let things flow. You gotta get those emotions out, those tears flowing. And again, men who are watching, it ain't weak to cry. It is not weak to cry. And I thought that for about 29 years. Don't show tears. Don't show emotions. Don't show you're weak. Well, it's kind of hard to do that when your dad gets diagnosed with cancer. Kind of slaps you in the face a little bit, to a point where just the impact alone is going to make you tear up. And once those tears start going, and once that release happens, and everybody knows this, after you have a good cry, whatever, good or bad, you do feel better. Because your body has the ability to take the deepest emotions in your heart, in your soul, in your root, in everything, every part of your body, and it can actually bring them to these eyes, again, which is how we see reality, which is pretty powerful, and put them in little drops, right? Little drops of water, and get rid of them. You probably think, well, a drop of water, how powerful is that? Well, go check my partner Jilly, Water Priestess. Go check out her story today, and you'll see what a water drop can do. because right now the future is actually, instead of embedding information into chips in the computers, guess what they're embedding it in? Water drops. And that's a whole nother wormhole we can go down. But to kind of close this all in, because I just wanted to share this with you guys, I want you to know that if you're feeling a certain way, if you're feeling maybe a low frequency or something that just doesn't feel right, don't blame it on something. Don't blame it on because it's Tuesday or that it's cloudy outside. Don't blame anything. Take it back to you. This is my shadow. This is my lower level feeling that is literally coming up. Thank you to the earth, to the universe, and God for bringing this up in me, and it's sitting right in front of you. Now we can avoid it, we can blow it away, or we can just say, bring it, close my eyes, take a deep breath, sit with it, let it all out, cry if you need to, and let it go. And as you do that, your elevation, remember, energetically, that weight vest is going to get lighter and lighter and lighter till you become so light that you start protruding outwards. You ever heard someone say light up a room? Well, be that light for somebody. So hopefully that makes sense. Work on communicating, letting some other people in, being real with yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. At the same time, take full accountability for all you're doing. When you feel a certain way, trust that it's in your favor. But sometimes to see the light, we got to go through the dark. And when you do that, it's dang scary because you're facing yourself, and it's a self that you did not want to see again. But the universe does, and you have a bigger purpose, especially because it wouldn't really care and it would just kind of leave you behind. But the earth is saying, hey, come on, dude, come on, I'm waiting for you, I'll take my time. And that's why every single day I want you to come out better, and that's my premise. COB, that's my initials, come out better. And so I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit more deeper, right, the 10th layer I kind of talk about, than just information, posts, stories, and all these things like that. It's time to kind of connect some more dots, make it easy for a 5th grader to understand, raise your awareness, and let you be your own best healer and best creator of your life. So anybody has any questions, fire away. I think I saw a couple good little posts. Stayed in bed 2-3 more hours after waking up. Wasn't really feeling it this morning. I wanted to cover my face down with my pillow. I saw your, yeah, exactly, man. It was hard, and I did get a lot of messages. And so I got a lot of messages saying, hey, I'm in my car, I'm going through something right now, I'm breaking down in my car. And I just kind of held space, and I sent a few little things. And I said, look, just sit with it. What's coming up, face it, realize it's not end all meets all. Face it, breathe it out, be one with it, and let it go, just like you let a little bird go or something, and then go about your day, because everything has your back as long as you allow it. But if you keep closed-minded, if you don't let anybody in, if you think you're going to fix every single thing yourself up here, right, and not here, it's going to be tough. And that's what I was doing for 29 years until I got slapped in the face with obviously a cancer scare of my father. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. What else we got? Anything else? Crying's a great tool, absolutely. Jillian and I are both well. Thank you for asking. How do you build your muscles? Well, that's another live. We'll do that another time. Same thing happened to you this morning. You felt out of line. Yep. Pretty common. So that's all. You know, that's all I wanted to share. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you watch on the replay. I'm hoping it shares it. We'll see, but I will see you guys on the next one. And I'm going to keep doing a little bit more of these lives because I do want to let you in, but also kind of be a voice that can help you connect some more dots and help you come out better.